definition of hustle is waking up every morning, understanding what you're passionate about, and using that to motivate you to get the job done. It's all about creating relationships through marketing and creating content that provides value. And it's more about being yourself and being genuine to your audience than, you know, trying to push products. When you're documenting your life, you are creating. Break the mindset of the 9 to 5 to get to that. I went to a sales job where I was working about 80 hours a week and I was making 6 figures, but if you really break down hourly how much you were making, it's like less than $20. There's different avenues as opposed to working 80 hours a week. Hustling can mean finding the right people that can help open the doors for you so you don't have to work 80 hours a week. But I use those systems now that create momentum for me and create a flow that allows me to have this freedom of time. And you know, it's very easy to do. You know, the internet is full of opportunities for you to use to, you know, as virtual assistants, anything like that. You can get projects done, you know, within 24 hours.
Most of the people that I work with already have it inside them. It's just a matter, you know, of me showing the world exactly what they can do, and then they run with it.
Just do it. Get out there. Just start documenting every single day what you're doing, and you know, that's marketing these days, and that's how the business comes to you. So what we do is we provide way more than we should probably value to our audience, and then in turn they come to us and bring referrals. That's the way marketing's going. Overvalue, and the rest will come to you.
Marketing and sales, it's about creating relationships and not creating customers
100%.
or clients. There's no good time to quit your job. There's no good time. The longer you wait, the more pressure is going to get you know, build up, and the harder it's going to be.
Yes.
If you've got a business idea, you know, there's going to be no better time than right now to get that off the ground. But you got a business idea, you're under 30, you're under 40, you're under 50, each day you're getting older. Do it now. Jump in. Get your financials in order first.
Absolutely.
Don't throw away your freaking house,
Yeah.
but jump in and do it now.
And welcome to another edition of The Gloves Are Off, and we are live, and my special guest needs no introduction because you just watched him. So we have in studio Andrew Perry, who is the number 2 in real estate for social media.
Yeah. Actually, I had a meeting with the number 1, Amy. She's amazing.
Okay. So you're number 2 in social media marketing for real estate. You also have Sios, which is what we just watched, which is creating your own success. Correct?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so first off, why don't you introduce yourself? Let everybody know who you are.
Okay.
And what
no
you
problem.
do.
Well, you know what? Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely.
First, you know, very excited to be here and kind of share my story with everybody. You know what? I've got a couple businesses under my belt now. I've got a marketing company that's the whole creed is based on helping small businesses, realtors, salespeople just kind of develop their brand and their presence online, and just kind of, you know, marketing's expensive these days, right?
Yeah.
And so I just want to help them create their own success by, you know, just teaching them the very basic tools that people need to run their social media.
Now, I've seen too, like, as the show progresses today, we're going to run a few of his masterpieces and how he markets himself. So we're going to give you a little bit of plugs for your current listings.
Well, would you look at that? That's amazing.
But your marketing is amazing, and I was just watching in the intro that we put on for you. You do everything. Like, I see you with the boxing on,
everything.
with your suit and everything like that. Where do you get your inspiration for this stuff? Like, I mean, you just literally come out of your shell and
You know what? It's a funny question, and it's hard to explain to people sometimes because the ideas just come to me.
Okay.
And usually it's between that time where I want to go to bed and I can't sleep.
Okay.
It's right as I lie down, and then next thing you know, I'm texting myself all the different ideas at 2 in the morning. And I don't know, you know, I think it's a lot of watching other people. So I'm not saying that I'm the most creative person in the world.
Yeah.
So I believe that I'm taking it all in from everything that I'm experiencing from realtors from Europe, in the States. So I'm definitely not a standalone guy there, but I think that's where I get most of my inspiration.
So we're like, I mean, the younger Andrew Perry, were you the class clown? Were you the one that like hung out? Because that was the first thing I thought of. Like, this guy must have been fun in school.
Yeah, well, actually, it's funny because I had every year I have a golf tournament with my best friends for my birthday.
Okay.
Just so happens we did ours last weekend. and we were talking about grade 12 grad. Whereas me and my best friend Luke were up for the class clown and most outgoing.
Yeah.
And I remember I gave him, I can't remember what I said, but I did a funny little speech, and actually I ended up winning both of those awards. And I don't know why. I thought I was a pretty nice student, but I guess I disrupted a lot of the class.
Well, disruption today pays off, right?
Yeah, I'm very happy about where I am now, and I'm happy that all the people that I've met along the way, including the teachers, allowed me to be myself. So I think the as a kid, I had a lot of influence from the people around me.
For sure. So when you were younger, did you want to go in the direction that you're in now, or how did that turn out?
Well, you know what? I think what I really wanted to do as a kid is, regardless if it was music or if it was acting, I wanted to be famous. So I think that's kind of where I like to go with my videos. Mm-hmm. I would love for people to, experience what I have to offer and get into that 100,000 views, million views. And, I always kind of wanted to be successful, but I always thought it would be from some form in the public eye.
Okay.
And then now it's kind of on the business side, but I'm trying to merge, that famous quality of a celebrityism almost to what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been in real estate?
I've been in real estate now. Honestly, I got my license in December, but it was around Christmas time, so
Wow.
I didn't really practice until about January.
Okay, of this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're number 2. I was going to say number 1. That's coming. Number
Yeah, number
2
one's
in
coming,
social
eh?
media marketing for realtors in.
Yeah, I mean, it was a blog by MoveSnap. They accredited me that distinguished title, and I really appreciate it. And you know what? I think it's just because I'm doing something. I'm putting myself in front of people every day, all day. That's the goal. So if I annoy some people, I've got 10 people
They're
that
still going to be
actually
talking
do
about you, though,
appreciate
even
it.
if you do annoy them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess bad press is good press.
It's true. So what did you do previous to being a realtor?
So I was leading up to right when I became a realtor.
Yeah.
I was running a sales team for a company called LA Fitness out in Edmonton.
Okay.
So I was almost like a district developer, helping all the new staff, sales training and thought leadership, things like that. And it just came to a point where I wanted to work for myself. Let's just say that.
Okay. And were you just like doing the process for LA Fitness? Were you the same type of charismatic, like really getting out there, different type of person?
Yeah, so that's the thing. We had some restrictions on what we were able to do on the online world.
Sure.
But when we're out, coming up with creative ideas for events or exposure, I really ran with that. Like, I got us a booth in Comic-Con. I got us a booth in all these random places where you wouldn't expect to see a gym booth.
Yeah.
But I think that's a great thing about it, because you never know who you're going to meet along the way.
It's true. Did you take any training? Did you go to school for that, or is this something that's just a natural thing?
No. I didn't go to school for any of that kind of stuff. I went to school for golf, actually.
For golf?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not playing golf with you, man.
Yeah, you know what? I'm still not that good, but.
Oh, okay. So you went to school for golf. So you actually went to school to play professionally. Is that why? Or?
Well, technically, it was a golf and sports club management. So
Okay.
the business side of golf courses,
Sure.
things like that. Yeah, spas,
Wow.
gyms.
And I'm seeing, like, going back to what you're currently doing with your real estate and stuff like that, the way you're doing things is really unique. We're going to run one very soon of you're in the what do you call it? The
apron?
The apron. Thank you. I
Yeah.
couldn't remember what it's called. The apron. I mean, you dress the part. You do the part.
Thanks.
Really, really like that. That's really unique. What gave you the inspiration to do that?
Well, you know what? I think I saw a gap. I saw a hole in the industry.
Okay.
There's a lot, especially where we were. There's a lot of people doing videos where I am right now, but at the same time, it's very safe. It's very safe, and I think realtors, as a profession, they don't want to break the mold of not being safe, because you got to remember, people are entrusting you with the largest financial decision of their lives.
Yeah.
So they want somebody who's going to, not stray off the line too far, and make sure that they complete the deal with no troubles. Where I can do that for you, but I'm going to have some fun with it, and I'm going to get your home marketed and exposed to the most people possible. And I think that's where the industry is shifting, and I'm glad that I have played a part in it.
That's impressive.
But the apron idea just came to me. You know, I was sitting there. There was a brand new barbecue, and we're doing a listing video. So I grabbed an apron, grabbed the tongs, and pretended to flip burgers.
Well, I loved the best part you said too. I'm gonna skip the realtor lingo, and I'm just gonna go with the big boy lingo. Right?
Yeah. Well, I think that's just kind of who I am. I mean, I'm not. We're gonna have a genuine conversation. And it's not going to be any of that BS or that sales style of a conversation. I think it's just two people. Let's figure this out. Let's make it, a quick and successful transaction, and we can spare the old school talk. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Have you been ridiculed yet for anything you're doing?
Oh,
or?
absolutely.
Really?
Because I do a lot of work interbrokeragely, so I help out other agents with their social media, with their video marketing, and they're not working for the same brokerage. So there's some people that have separate or differing opinions, let's say, on helping out other people. But I'm a true believer if, listen, we're all in this thing called life together. If I have valuable information that you can use, I'm going to give it to you.
And I think a lot of people too, the old saying that everything you want is on the other side of your comfort zone. And a lot of people always worry about what people think. They always worry about if they do something different. Oh my God, what? And sometimes we deal with this here in the office too, is because we come up with some crazy things, or even myself, I'll get warned from some of the girls in the office, and they're like, oh, "You better not say that, because it could do this." And I'm like, "No, but transparency." Chelsea's laughing. Transparency is a big thing, and I think you really push that out in your marketing.
Well, you know what? I think, I just never played it safe ever. And I'm not going to lie to you. There's been a few videos where I circle the publish button. I'm like, should I do this? Should I do this? And then in the end, it's like, whatever. They always end up, having a good response especially with other realtors, on the online world. And then, the clients are really appreciating it as well because it's something different. They're seeing the exposure of their house go through the roof. So I think all in all, people are just a little bit scared to do what makes them uncomfortable. But I think if you just break outside that, and you'll see that the results are quite advantageous.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. We're going to take a quick break. We're like seconds away. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Hi, welcome to 6495 Pitton Road in Niagara Falls. My name is Andrew Perry, sales representative with Royal LePage Niagara Real Estate Center, and we're cooking on the barbecue, so come on back. I can use a lot of realtor lingo to describe this home. I could say it's super spacious. I could say it's absolutely luxurious. I could even say it's unbelievably fantastic. But I think I'll use my big boy words. This house is frickin' awesome. I'm standing in the backyard of my new listing, 6495 Pitton Road in Niagara Falls. I'm standing under the covered pergola, which is perfect for entertaining no matter what the weather. But if you're like me, this backyard is private. You can sit down and enjoy your own time. Or the neighborhoods are so safe you can sit here and listen to the sweet, innocent children's laughter as they play in the park across the street. Just like the old days, remember that? Well, if you've got kids who like to play Xbox and stay inside, we've got the perfect basement for you. We've got an upgraded kitchen, updated bathroom, and a large living room with a premium fireplace. But don't take my word for it. Let's go have a look.
You've been so good to me. Give you anything. You've been so good to me. Your love inside me. You're my consolation. Oh, baby.
Thank you very much for joining me for dinner tonight. I wish I could stay here all night, but I gotta go home. If you want to come and see this home, give me a call, 905-380-6702.
And we're back. If you're just tuning in, you're live with Real Talk with myself, Grant Browning, and it is the show on business and success. We do the dreams, the struggles, the victories, the how-tos. And what you just saw right now is Andrew Perry's one of his videos that he put out for his client, which I think is very unique. You're very into imaging and marketing. So what is some of the importance for branding as a realtor?
The important thing is definitely consistency.
Okay.
I bounce up a lot with emotional videos, humorous videos, but I like to keep my content coming out consistently. And I think if you have the ability to get in front of as many people as possible, it's through posting every day, even multiple times a day. You don't want to be annoying, but if you're offering value to your audience to keep them engaged, they're not going to have any issues. And I think that's important. Find out what your audience is, what your audience likes, and just roll with it. Start just publishing content.
And we're in such a changing time where people used to think, oh my God, if you put too much out, that you're going to lose followers. What's some of your thoughts on that?
Well, that's the thing. We kind of touched on it earlier. So I think what's important here is, are you going to sacrifice the 5% to gain the 95? So I think with people getting annoyed, you're going to flush those people off because they're not engaged with your content anyways. So what you want to do is replace them with people who are going to be engaged. And then that way your numbers go up, the views counts go up, the engagement goes up, the comments, the shareability, everything. So don't worry about losing that 5%.
That 5% is probably your family and friends.
Exactly.
Anyways,
it's most of my friends from home. Absolutely.
Yeah, who aren't interested in what you're doing anyways, and they think, talking from experience.
Yeah, me too. No, I completely agree.
So branding, give us some ideas of what's important about branding.
I think authenticity is the biggest thing.
Okay.
And I think that's why I'm so transparent, is because I'm not saying anything about anybody who gets awards. I'm not saying that. But creating content that suggests that you're the best at what you do based on last year's stats or something like that, I don't believe in that. I believe that the clients, they want to see what can you do for them. How can you do it? Not necessarily what can you do. So I think creating content that A, gives value, B, shows the true you, and just be authentic. And I think that's the way that, well, that's a reason why I've been so successful, so I believe.
So what about like the realtors or the business owners that will say stuff, or we'll leave it as stuff, but say things like, I can't afford it, I don't have time, I can't do marketing, I don't have the budget. What are some of the things that you can actually say to that?
Well, actually, I do a lot of teaching on video marketing and social media and stuff like that. And one of the biggest things that I hand out first is a checklist, my own personal equipment checklist. So there's an amateur, there's a pro, and there's a superstar. The superstar is to just hire somebody. If you got the money, hire somebody, a videographer, a huge team, and get it done that way. But to save on costs, all you need here, you know what? I'm actually filming right now. I bring my camera everywhere. So, wave to the camera. Hi, hello. This tripod was $13.
Okay.
This camera, you don't actually need to go this far. This camera is $1,000, but I use. Look at this. I can attach my cell phone that most of us should already have.
one, yeah.
And there you go. You've just set up your own video marketing studio for $14.
And then the people that actually. Oh.
Hey!
And the people that actually say, well, I'm afraid to be on camera.
Too bad. Too bad you're in sales. You're representing your clients every day as a realtor. Too bad. Put yourself out there. I know it's scary, but, you know, I've worked with a lot of people, you know, 50s, 60s, male, female, and, you know, there's a lot of uncomfortableness. I don't even know if that's a word, but there's...
But you get past it, too.
You get
it's like
past it
anything.
after, you know, first video, second video, you're over it.
And you have to be willing to laugh at yourself. Like this morning,
Oh, absolutely.
I was doing an Instagram story and just shooting stuff while I'm driving, and all of a sudden I realized, holy smokes! Sorry, I'll eliminate the driving part. But holy smokes! I what happened was I threw in a B12 tablet that you're supposed to put under your tongue and let it go, and I just forgot about it and started talking. The whole side of my mouth looked like it was bleeding, and I just started laughing because I'm like, oh well, it's no big deal. Transparency is a big thing, right? And being able to laugh at yourself, because I just literally went and did another video and said, hey guys, like, you know, I just realized that the whole time I was doing it, I realized that I looked like I was bleeding out of the mouth, kind of thing. Don't worry, it was just a tablet. It was just a supplement that I take in the morning, right? So I mean, I think people really need to understand that in order to build your brand in this day and age, you have to be able to stand out from the noise. You have to be able to get in front of people, and you have to be able to show people what's different about you versus everybody else.
Absolutely. And I think if you go through my videos, you'll see that pretty much every single video I've screwed up something, or I didn't articulate myself well, or I've said the completely wrong word.
Yeah.
And by that time, you know, by the time you realize it, you know, and it's in editing, and you're like, whatever. Like, you know, that's the good thing about being a realtor and being in video marketing, is that you're just a normal person. Everybody knows you as a normal person. You're not like this huge CEO or celebrity, you know what I mean? So your expectations are a little bit lower, but I think that adds a little bit, you know, authenticity, as I said before.
But the thing too is if you look at some of the big gurus that are out there now, or the big people that are really dominating the market in video and social media, you'll see and learn to appreciate their authenticity. They screw up. The first advice that they give is don't be afraid. Just do it. I mean, when we first transitioned from radio into the network, I remember every single host that transitioned from the radio to the network were paranoid because now the camera got bigger and you could see yourself on the monitor in front of you, and it was just this thing. But being able to screw up, I think, is and laugh at it is probably one of the biggest things to get past, and then you're fine.
Yeah, well, you know what? I see a lot of realtors now actually putting blooper reels into their listing videos, which I think is hilarious. And it shows that you know, that we're all just human. We all make mistakes, and I think that also. You know, helps the people that may not want to do it. They see that, and you know, maybe they can get a little bit motivated to get out there and do it themselves. Because we all screw up. You know, it's half the time. You know, most of this camera goes out of focus a lot of the time, right? And you just got to deal with it. You move on. Who cares?
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is that at least you're doing something versus the person that's trying to critique it and critique themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are the Facebook warriors that you know, try to correct your spelling when
trolls.
you type, trolls. There you go.
So what's your idea? Like your because I know you do a lot of coaching and stuff like that with branding. So, you know, aside of video, what are some of the avenues that the average business owner, realtor can actually get out and do that can help themselves in branding?
Well, I think it's important to, you know, anything that you do, at least try to brand it in some way that's consistent with what you're offering. So if you look at my page, my personal page, I do a lot of listings, solds, and then my family. And I think that's that's branding in itself. So you got to remember, once you're in sales, you don't have a personal page anymore.
Yes.
You have two business pages, your business page and your business page. And I think just from people seeing you react to situations and your own family and your own business, that's how branding is working. So I get when I first released my new video where I was hopping out of a plane and going into a Tesla, I got a lot of people contact me and say, Andrew, I feel like I know you so well through your Facebook. You're a family man. You've branded yourself this way, but when this video came out, I didn't think it was you. So it just goes to show you how important subtle branding is, and that's all through your personal page or business page number 2.
And what people don't realize too, tagging on to that, is your personal page. If you're in business, you've already branded yourself. So
Absolutely.
if you're a complainer or if you share negative stuff, you're branded as that type of person. That's what people realize who you are.
Absolutely.
Or if you're sharing, one of the key things that I try and explain to people too is that you would never go through a mall and literally slap bumper stickers on people's foreheads. It wouldn't work. And I find a lot of people, what they do is they go from one extreme to another. And you were just mentioning about posting your listings and stuff like that. Sometimes that's all they do is post what they do. And it's so impersonal that people don't get to know who the real you is. And they get turned off, and that's how you lose everybody.
Yeah, and I think one of the most important things about branding is you got to understand that you're on somebody's personal Facebook.
Yes.
Regardless of how you got there, that's where you are. And I think it's important to not be salesy, create relationships and not customers. Put yourself out there in a personal way that's obviously not in a negative or political connotations, and just kind of, show the real you.
And understand
people
the
don't want to see
terminology
your
share.
listings all the time.
Right.
So throw in testimonials, throw in that emotional connection with you and your family, you and your clients. And I think if once you start understanding that you're on somebody's personal page now, I think your mindset will start changing.
Also, engage is really important, because if you're just constantly throwing content out, if you're just constantly just spewing stuff at people, but you're not engaging and talking with people, and people realize you're a real person, it's another negative. Like, I mean, it doesn't
absolutely.
work. Right?
That's why, anybody who's went out of their way to comment on anything that I have on Facebook, I go out of my way to send them a message through comments or even a personal message saying thank you.
Which is actually how we got connected.
I mean, it doesn't have to be disingenuous, like, oh, thank you very much, thank you. It doesn't have to be like that. It could be, something, I try to do something a little bit different for each comment. And I think people really appreciate that because, like I said, if they're going to take time to engage with you, you should be engaging with them.
Awesome. So if you guys are just tuning in, you're with Real Talk. Sorry, the gloves are off, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Discover the incredible India.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
Welcome to 166 Queen Street in the heart of Old Town Niagara-on-the-Lake. If you're looking for a primary residence or an investment opportunity, this home is a must-see. This stunning home has a history that dates back to 1910. While tastefully updated, it still retains the charm and elegance of the original manor house. Niagara-on-the-Lake has so much to offer. 5-star restaurants, incredible wineries, art galleries, spas, golf courses. The lake is literally right there for paddleboarding, kayaking, sailing, you name it. This is your playground. The backyard of 166 Queen Street is truly an oasis. With a 20 by 40 saltwater pool, volleyball court, and expansive mature landscape grounds, there is no need to battle traffic up north to find an escape. The updated kitchen is chef-ready. Off the kitchen is a formal study. The room offers elegant built-in shelving and a working fireplace. If you are looking for a landmark property or a brilliant investment opportunity, look no further than 166 Queen Street in the heart of Niagara-on-the-Lake.
If you're just tuning in, you're tuned in to Real Talk, and you just saw another one of your masterpieces. We're here with Andrew Perry. Sorry.
Perry.
Wow.
I know. I get
Blooper
Pierre,
live.
I get Pierre all the
I was
time.
going to say Pierce for some reason. I'm so sorry. I just like brain freeze. I was, and your name actually came up on the monitor too. So why don't you tell us a bit about the importance of getting a realtor that first off knows what he's doing in marketing these days? Because I mean, this is a plus. You spent the money into actually getting a prop. You were just saying that it was an HBO director did that.
Yeah.
Wow.
From VR Listings in Toronto. And I think the important thing is to know what you're good at. I'm good at quick cut video. I'm good at coming up with the ideas, but I'm not the best videographer.
Okay.
So it's all about self-awareness. Know what you're good at and leave the rest to the pros.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
a property like that, you know, a $3 million home, you know, the marketing cost was in and around $3,000, and that's a representation of that house. I knew that I couldn't do what I wanted to do with just myself. So that's important. Once you can realize what you can and what you can't do, that's how you provide the best service to your clients.
So investing in your brand too, because I mean, it's really important that you to push out here what you're doing. You're really investing in your brand and in the customer itself, because you're putting the time and the money into it by getting videographers to come in, by filming, by putting these videos together to give that added benefit versus a regular realtor who might just put a listing up and share the listing and say, you got to see this house. Yeah. Why don't you talk about the difference between that?
Well, you know what? Even a lot of realtors now, pretty much every single one of them, they are doing some sort of video listing.
Yeah, but a lot of them are Snapchat videos or whatever.
Well,
right?
You know what? Hey, whatever gets them started.
For sure.
But I think the difference between what I do and what the average realtor may do is just I put a lot of passion in it, and I want to show the home to buyers and connect the two in a different way. Because, you know, if you have that slideshow style of a video, you're just kind of, oh, that's nice, oh, that's great, cool. Maybe
There's no emotion to it.
There's no emotion to it. So I have a one listing video where I brought the son of the owner in, and, you know, I'm playing basketball with him, and I mean, I'm dunking on him, but you know, it's one of those things where the audience really connected with that, and we had a lot of fun shooting it, and I think if you can connect with the audience on an emotional level, you have that higher percentage of converting them into a sale.
And you really got a storyboard put together with it
and
too,
every one,
because-
I map it out as a storyboard every time. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because the emotion that you actually create in there, and that's important in any marketing, is to feed off of emotion.
Absolutely.
And the emotion that you actually create in the videos makes you want to buy it, right? Because I mean, we played the previous one and the current one, and we showed it in our board meeting this morning, and the girls were sold. Right? They wanted to buy the house.
Bring me an offer.
3.2 million. No, but I mean, just the fact that you're able to capture that says something. Says that you, like, I mean, that differentiates from everybody else. Like, I mean, you really stand above the crowd.
Well, and you know what? Again, back to self-awareness is, I knew that, you know what, I do most of my all of my videos, but I knew that myself, my face, my personality might not sell it through this video. So what I did is on the one on Queen Street that you just showed, I actually had CTV news anchor Jennifer Ward come and present the home, because that's what I felt this home deserved, and that's what I thought my client deserved, and it really turned out well, and she did a fantastic job.
Now, just an estimate to give people an idea about investing in your business and investing into your client right now. On average, what would that video have cost to do?
Well, when you're in the luxury market, that one was a lot higher.
Okay.
You know, you're looking at around $2,000.
Okay.
But your average listing video that I do is normally free because I do it myself.
Yep.
Or max around $700.
So, okay, so you got free with some time investment if you have the right skills to do it.
Yeah.
About $700 to get someone who can, you know, help out and aid with it. Or if you're looking to do something that's really professional for a couple $1 million listing, so you're looking at a couple thousand.
Yeah.
So, what would be your what are your thoughts on investing, though? Because there's a lot of people that don't want to invest in their brand, their business, or in your case, in real estate. You know, realtors sometimes don't see the value, especially the ones that have been in the business maybe 20, 30 years, and now they're struggling because they're getting younger people that are coming in with all these crazy ideas. What would be some of your advice for that?
Well, I think that it's important. You got to lay it out on the line. How much are you going to get paid per sale? And how much are you going to, or how much can you afford for a video? So let's just say if the average commission is, and I'm just saying based on the average home price, is in $4,000 to $6,000. Out of that $4,000 to $6,000, you can't spare $500 to $700 for a listing video of high quality, and I think once you get over that the money aspect and realize that it's really going to be an investment in yourself, an investment in your brand, and it's really going to help long term, I think it's a no-brainer moving forward.
For sure. And I think, too, because of the quality that, like, say, using your example of what you're doing, the quality of what you're putting out as an end result, as a product, actually helps you in the long term. Because if I'm going to list my house, I want to list it with you. You know what I mean? Because of what you do, how you represent it, what you put out there. So, I mean, that is something to really look at, too, if you guys are realtors watching this and maybe are afraid to put yourself out there, spend the money, but you got to look at the people that spend the most money. Money follows attention, always.
Absolutely.
And if you're getting the attention, if you're doing the branding, people know who you are as a realtor, as an authority in your space of what you're doing, you will get more business than the person that just says, I'm a realtor.
Absolutely. And I think the important thing about that is, you know, you're showing how far you're willing to go for your clients. Your service level is up here compared to the agents that don't provide any video or any kind of service like that.
Absolutely.
And I think the reason why I've been so successful is because you can't, if you're in my network, you can't go an hour without seeing my face, seeing what I'm doing for my clients, seeing what I'm doing to help promote myself, and I think that draws clients to me because they want their home to be featured on what I have to offer. It's the same thing with all the big guys, all the you know, the Barry team, the Emily Barry team in Niagara Falls. They have a strong presence online, and their engagement is through the roof. And she is killing it in her video marketing, and that's one of the main reasons. Well, obviously because they have a phenomenal team, but at the same time, it's because the service that they provide for their clients. And I think that really sticks out, and that's why they're so successful.
Well, you're hearing today too, because I mean, we got it's a changing time, right? And you're hearing today where people are selling homes based on a Facebook ad, for example, right? And I mean, a lot of people don't get it, don't understand it. I can't tell you how frustrating it is sometimes when I sit down with someone who may be just starting out or is been in the business for a while, and they're like, "Yeah, that social media thing." You know, I kind of use it, kind of use it. Right? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, are you crazy? Do you understand? First off, it's a free platform. You can get out there. It's cost effective. You can do whatever you want. There's nobody saying, like, if you advertise on TV, at a certain point, there's only certain things that you can do.
Yeah, and there's only certain people who can see it.
And 30 seconds,
I'm on
too,
social
right?
media right now. I'm looking at the view count, and I'm looking at the notifications, and I'm obviously not engaging because we're having a conversation, and that would be rude. But at the same time, I'm on it all the time. You know, sometimes my wife will look over and say, "What are you doing? Can you get off that phone?" I say, "Honey, I'm working."
Yeah.
So, you know, the people who don't want to get on social media, and I don't think that there's very many of them left, but the people who aren't on social media, they're losing.
It's true.
They have their database, of course, but eventually the database is going to witness what's happening and go with somebody else, regardless of how long you've worked with that realtor, or, you know, if it's your brother, your cousin, or your mom, for crying out loud. They're going to eventually go with the people who get the most exposure.
Yeah. And I mean, databases right now, a lot of people are using email databases. And to be quite honest with you, email is so pushed out, so we're bombarded constantly with spam and social media stuff that comes in and notifications and like that a lot of people just, I mean, there's so many filters now. Gmail is a perfect example where it filters everything and tries to narrow it down and funnel it to only what you need to see, that those emails get lost now.
Yeah, you know what? Even when I give free downloads to people, I don't say, it's just a button. I don't need your personal information. I don't need your email. Just enjoy the content.
Yeah.
That's what it's there for you to enjoy, to learn, and, you know, implement yourself. What's good about realtor clients, though, is that you become, especially with me and my clients, you become best friends with them. And it's a long-term relationship. And I think once you're on that level with your clients, they'll be happy to open any email that you provide them, because you know that it's not going to be spammy. It's not going to be, oh, here's a sale. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, don't forget to refer me to your friends. It's none of that. It's content. It's valuable stuff they can use at their own leisure, you know, in regards to, you know, tips for their home or you know, samples or anything really. And I think they appreciate that. But you're right. Only 1% of emails get opened if they're not comfortable with you or they don't trust you.
It's changing.
And that's a waste of my time. I know everything's automated, but if I can save the couple $100 a month from sending you crap through your email every month, I'm going to do that, put that money and invest it into something that's actually going to create value.
Yep. I agree. And with that, make sure you keep it locked. We are going to take a quick break. Watch the, what would you call it, commercial? Or I guess we call it commercial?
Sure.
Watch the commercial after the commercial. Check out what he's doing. He's doing some awesome work. We'll be right back.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
trouble. I caused with my 2 hands. Alone we traveled on with nothing but a shadow. We fled far away.
Hold your horses now
Till the sun goes down.
through the woods we ride.
Till the mountains sound.
Hold your horses now
Till the sun goes down.
through the woods we ride.
Some hit scars and some hit scratches. It made me wonder about their past. And as I looked around, I began to notice that we were nothing like the rest.
Hold your horses now
Till the sun goes down.
through the woods we ride.
Till the mountains sound.
Hold your horses now
Till the sun goes down.
through the woods we ride.
We sleep until the sun goes down. We sleep until the sun goes down.
And we are back with The Gloves Are Off with Grant Browning, and this is the show on business and success. We have Andrew Perry, who is a realtor and a marketer, and you're seeing some of his work and the importance of dealing with a realtor that has a background in marketing and understands the concept of getting it out there. Why don't you? You were just telling me some stuff about those videos we're watching, because I love the band that you put there too.
Yeah, so actually what this video was almost a beautiful coincidence. We
Okay.
had the garden tour that the Horticultural Society of Niagara-on-the-Lake. They do a garden tour every year, and just so happens that we merged the two together, and it worked out perfectly. We had 800 people come through what we called an open house and garden tour, and I mean, obviously we didn't let 800 people into the house. That would just be crazy, but it worked so well, because I think not only does this house have amazing curb appeal, but it's the beautiful gardens that really sell the home, and most people don't have an opportunity to come in and witness the entire thing based on the season. July and August is the best time to have people there and viewing the gardens, and so it just worked out perfectly.
And you said you had over 800 people that were there.
Yeah, over 800 people.
That's crazy.
That's sweet. I wish I could take credit for that. I can't. It was mostly the garden tour, but
as much as the garden tour, you were still able to connect and get these people that were there,
man,
right?
it was a really fun experience. You got to, it was so unintrusive, So the conversations that you had with the people walking through were very candid. There was no sales pressure. They were here for different reasons. So I think that's why it was very beneficial for us. We got a lot of great information, a lot of great feedback, and we even met a lot of great people along the way.
Wow. That's why you got to do business with them, guys. Relationship marketing. You actually spoke and touched on that quickly. The importance of relationship marketing. You're in a business of people. Why don't you like give us a little bit of insight why it's important to build those relationships? Because I mean, real estate is something that you have a client that you might buy every 5 to 10 years sometimes. So you got to be able to keep in contact and keep in front of people.
Yeah. I wish I had like a business answer for you, but I have more of a spiritual answer.
Yeah, well,
absolutely.
absolutely.
It's more like I said earlier, we're all in this thing called life together. I think people that you're working with deserve the respect that you would want. So I think it's important just to have a genuine conversation with another human. And I think that building those relationships, building the trust at their own pace is something that's very important. I'm not a product pusher. I'm not a commission junkie. I genuinely want to help you out, and I think my clients see that, and they want to bring the business to me. It's like Gary Vaynerchuk. He doesn't push any products whatsoever, and now just from all that audience engagement, he's been able to run a multi-million-dollar successful business. And I'm obviously not on that level, but the objective is the same. I just want people to feel comfortable. And if they like me enough and they trust me enough, they can bring me their friends and family. That would be awesome.
Well, you're doing an awesome job too, because you're doing exactly like you said. You're documenting instead of just creating, right? So you're showing everything. Like you were saying, you can't wait to get home to start, putting together the video of your day to day, right?
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
I mean, that's a really key thing, is to actually document what you're doing, making yourself an authority in what you're doing in your space, right? So what does your day typically look like for you?
Well, my son is 17 months old, so my first duty in the morning is to get him all ready for the day. So, we wake up, we have our cereal, we have our other snacks, change his bum, and that's how my day is starting. And then from there, I'll check all the new listings for all my clients that are in the market right now, and I'll send them out as fast as I can, because obviously I want my clients to be the first to view them. And then from there, I just have my day previously planned out from the day before, and then I'm on my way. I usually got my camera with me, and I'm recording it out through the day. Sometimes it's a little less interesting than others, but I think it's important that I have a structure and I follow that structure daily, because if I don't, I'll get off track, and next thing you know, I'm eating chips at my desk or something and not following any
What's wrong with that?
system.
What are some of your mentors?
Oh,
Who are
man.
some of your mentors?
Well, I would have to say there's 3 mentors that really helped me change my life around, and they're from my LA Fitness days. That was Paulo, Scott, and Mike Richard, all from LA Fitness, all VPs in the company. And if you're looking for ways to change your life, go work for LA Fitness. You won't be disappointed. They're going to teach you the systems that you need for success. Those 3 people, and they were all so different. One taught me the systems, one taught me to be genuine, and one taught me how to be a thought leader and how to motivate your team. So I think those are my direct mentors. For the people that I haven't met but follow religiously, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, and I just love what those guys are doing on a professional level, as well as what they're offering in terms of value for people who they've never even met. I think it's crazy. I think all the stuff that they give away for free is just incredible.
What are some of the biggest lessons you learned from them?
Man, that's a really good question. I don't think I've ever really thought about that. I think the biggest lesson that I've learned from all of those mentors is to create value. It's the same thing, I don't know you, and I want to get to know you, and I want to offer you value. And that's the only way that I can get you to trust me. It's not a game, but that's just how it goes. I want you to trust me. I want you to work with me. How can we do this so there's no sales pressure? And I think that what I learned from Gary Vaynerchuk is that just offer them value, man. Just put yourself out there. Let them see you as the expert that you are, and have them call you. Because once they call you, the sales tension is off the table.
Nice. Wow. I want to close out asking you, what is one of the biggest closers or the biggest advice really that you can give people in business?
I think the biggest advice is don't think too much about the numbers. I mean, obviously, if you're a CEO watching this, you're probably getting a little upset with what I'm about to say. But don't get too caught up in the numbers. Don't get too caught up about the bottom line. Get caught up in your clients, in your customers. Care what they care about. Listen. We got 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you talk. Listen to what your clients want. Deliver on what they want, and your business will flourish. That's it, really.
Wow. How can people follow you?
At The Real Andrew Perry on Facebook, at A Perry on Instagram, at A Perry Snapchat, and at Andrew Perry on Twitter.
Okay, and websites?
AndrewPerry.com.
Phone number?
905-380-6702.
To list their house?
AndrewPerryRealEstate.com.
Okay. So there you have it, folks. Another awesome edition. If you guys want to be a guest, make sure you hit us up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I think it's over there. somewhere. Hit the hearts, the likes. If you guys have any questions for Andrew, put them in the comments. We will get to you. Either Andrew or myself will get to you.
Yeah, reach out whenever you want.
We're going to put all his links in the bottom of the video so that way you can get a hold of him. And that's it. Thank
Okay,
you
great.
so
Well,
much
thank
for
you very much. I really appreciate
it. Was
it.
a
I had a
pleasure.
blast.
It was awesome. So until next week, guys, we'll catch you later. Have an awesome weekend. Keep hustling.
Thank you.